Hi friends, today we're going to do day 2 and we're going to start with spelling. And so I'm going to read the words at the top for you and then we're going to do a couple answers together. So this is Latin root. We have the words project, audience, decade, territory, auditorium, terrier, decimal, injection, December, reject, eject, Terence, audit, decimeter, audition, audible, decathlon, terranium, dejected, and terrain. So the directions say words in context. Write the list words that complete each sentence. Her voice was barely blank in the large blank during her singing. So you go through the words again and you'd say audible. Her voice was barely audible, audible, meaning you could barely hear it. In the large auditorium, auditorium is a building, a big large space where people can have theater or gym, like an auditorium. auditorium. During her singing audition, it's a fancy word that means tryouts. So audition is audition. Her voice was barely audible in the large auditorium during her singing audition. And then you go ahead and do the rest of these and make sure as you do them you check off the ones you've used. It makes it a little easier. So let's scroll down to the bottom and we have word definitions. So you might need to use your dictionary, or if you have questions, ask them during the Zoom class. All right, word definitions. Write the list word that has the same meaning. A 10-year period, and so 10 means time, right? We have here decade, and so we write decade. And then for 14, it says the 12th month of the year, and we know that's December, and we write a capital D, Ecember. And then you're going to do the rest on your own. If you have questions, go ahead and bring those questions to Zoom class. Now I'm going to move into the Grammar and Spelling book, page 94. So this is 94 of spelling, and now we're going to go into 94 of the grammar book. Comparative and superlative adjectives. And so I'm going to read the directions. Make sure you put your name at the top of your paper. So I'm lucky enough to have an extra book. Okay, it says write a comparative or superlative form of the adjective in parentheses to make each sentence precise. Number 1 says, I think Jules Verne was a more inventive writer than Philip K. Dick. Inventive is the word we're using, and my thought process as I go through this is we have inventive. Do we say inventiver, or do we just say more inventive? And so we'd write more inventive. Another example I'll do with you together. From childhood, he had been happiest of all, and I picked happiest because they gave us the word happy in parentheses, and when they say of all, they want you to use the superlative form. So we're going to add the est and change that y to an I from happy to happiest. So it's happiest. So let me read the sentence to you. From childhood, he had been happiest of all when observing how things worked. Then you're going to try the other ones, and they give you the parentheses, new, good, realistic, and late. And you're going to fill them in here accordingly. Down in the middle, it says here, write a paragraph to persuade a classmate to read one of your favorite books. Include comparative and superlative adjectives. My favorite book. And you'll tell me what your favorite book is and then why you think someone should read it, what was great about it, who the characters are. And so you go ahead and you fill up as much as you can of this space that we have here on your paper. So this is page 94 of Grammar and Writing. Okay, thanks for watching, friends.